Do you feel that time is passing too quickly? That the days fly by, emotions are intense, and everything seems out of the ordinary? This is not just an impression. Science has already confirmed. The Earth is spinning faster. And for us, chosen by God, this is more than just a curious fact. It's a sign, a warning. Don't think it's a coincidence. The Bible already spoke of the days being shortened because of the chosen ones. Matthew 24:22. We are living in this time. And I, George, need to tell you something very important. The world is accelerating, but it's not just the physical world. There is a spiritual acceleration happening, and only those with spiritual eyes will understand. If you feel that something is changing inside you, that your soul is restless, that your dreams are different, it's because you are awakening. The earth is changing because the spiritual plan is moving, and those who are called by God feel this deeply. We are part of this transformation. I am not here to scare you, I'm here to remind you, you are not alone. What you are feeling is real. There is a purpose behind this acceleration, and it's time to align with it. God is separating the awakened from the distracted. If this content speaks to your spirit, subscribe to the channel now. Here you will understand what is behind what the world cannot see. Activate the bell and share with someone who needs to awaken. You have been called, and the time has come. Have you noticed that the days seem shorter? That it barely dawns and it's already getting dark? This is not just a feeling. According to scientific data, the Earth is really spinning faster. And this will peak on the 9th and 22nd of July, and again on the 5th of August, 2025. Something big is happening. Science sees only the numbers, but the chosen ones feel beyond that. They realize that this acceleration is not just physical. There is a spiritual movement accompanying this change. Those with an awakened spirit feel it in their body, mind, and heart. And they know that these signs are not happening by chance. In the Bible, in Matthew 24:22, there is a phrase that always caught my attention. For the sake of the chosen ones, those days will be shortened. For years, many interpreted this symbolically. But today, in light of what is happening with the Earth's rotation, this verse takes on new weight. It is being fulfilled before our eyes. These dates, 9, 22, and 5, are not just scientific milestones. They are like spiritual portals, moments when time, energy, and consciousness align. Many will just pass through these days like any other, but the chosen will feel something different, as if the spirit is trying to awaken the body. You may feel restlessness on those days. You might dream of things you don't even understand, wake up tired, or notice that you are more sensitive. This is not weakness. It is a sign that you are picking up higher frequencies. When time accelerates, the spirit begins to adjust as well. And this process can be intense. Perhaps you look around and see everything rushing, busy, distracted people, living on autopilot. But inside you, something tells you that it's time to stop, breathe, and listen to what is being revealed. That inner voice is the call, and it tends to speak louder in times like these. Do not ignore this sign. God is accelerating time for a reason. He is separating. He is awakening those who were spiritually asleep, not with fear, but with clarity. Those who have been chosen do not get lost in the chaos. They understand that this accelerated rotation is an invitation. Align yourself with what really matters. Disconnect from the noise and reconnect with the high. I, George, felt this intensely in the last cycle of acceleration. My body did not respond the same way. My thoughts seemed faster. I began to notice that everything around me was changing, but I didn't know why. It was through praying and seeking understanding that I realized Time is running, and I needed to align myself. If you are feeling pushed by time, do not fight against it. Use this acceleration as fuel to reconnect. Pray more. Be silent more often. Observe the signs that come to you. The dates are not just numbers on the calendar. They are warnings. And those who have eyes to see will understand. If you've made it this far, you've probably already noticed that something different is happening. It is not an illusion. It is real. And only the chosen have the sensitivity to recognize it. You have not been left behind. You have been called to pay attention. And perhaps the reason you are reading or hearing this now is precisely this: to awaken. Have you noticed how time seems to slip through your fingers? You wake up and before you know it, the day has passed. But the most curious thing is that even with everything being so busy, you feel as if you are more awake. This is not just fatigue. This is your spirit trying to keep up with a new reality that has already begun. While most people are running after the clock, commitments, and routine, the chosen ones feel time in a different way. The clock of the spirit is not based on hours and minutes, but on sensations and signs. And when the spiritual plan moves, the body feels it, the soul knows, and you begin to notice things that previously went unnoticed. Have you felt more sensitive lately? Emotions more on the surface? Easy tears? Stronger intuitions? These are clear signs. The acceleration of the earth is not just changing the physical environment. It is pressing on the invisible. And those who are connected feel this first, because the spirit picks up before the mind understands. This sensitivity is not weakness. In fact, it is a gift. It is your spiritual body adjusting to a higher frequency. Think of it like an antenna tuning into a new channel. At first it may create noise, but over time the tuning improves, and you start to perceive what others do not yet see. Many who are still spiritually asleep will continue to attribute this to stress, hustle, and an overload of tasks. But the awakened know that something deeper is happening. It is not just the body that is tired. It is the spirit being realigned with a new time. A time that is faster, more intense, more revealing. You may find yourself waking up at the same time every morning. This is not random. These times, usually between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., are known as spiritual hours. Moments when the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinner. God is calling, and those who are chosen hear it. This call is not to scare you. It is to remind you, you have been prepared for this time. You did not come this far by chance. All this sensitivity you feel is not a defect. It is spiritual equipment. You are being fine-tuned inside to withstand the change that has already begun outside. The accelerated rotation of the earth is tightening time. The days are flying by. But at the same time, God is extending moments of revelation for those who seek Him. The world seems to be rushing to nowhere. But the chosen know that it is time to stop, listen, and align with the higher. If this is happening to you, do not ignore it. Write down what you feel. Spend more time in silence. Observe your dreams. Question what you previously accepted without thinking. Because when time changes, missions also change. And those who are called by God begin to see beyond the obvious. And if you feel all of this that I am speaking about, it is because you are already in the process. Time is different for you because your spirit is preparing. Welcome to the new frequency. You are not losing control. You are just awakening. And why do the dates matter? July 9th, 22nd, and August 5th. These dates were not chosen at random. They correspond to the days when the Earth's rotation reaches its highest speed in 2025. They are real records, measured by scientists who monitor atomic time. But what few talk about is that, on these days, something also intensifies in the energetic and spiritual atmosphere of the planet. When the Earth spins faster, the magnetic field undergoes subtle changes. These changes are not visible, but those who are sensitive perceive them. On such days, it is common to notice agitation, difficulty sleeping, or even a type of unexplained fatigue. And that is exactly why these dates draw so much attention. July 9th kicks off this cycle with a different energetic pressure. It's as if the Earth's internal clock is being adjusted. This can interfere with sleep, the perception of time, and even the rhythm of your body. Some people become more sensitive to noise, light, and thoughts. It is not a coincidence. July 22nd marks the midpoint of this process. It tends to bring a kind of emotional intensity. Don't be surprised if emotions rise to the surface more strongly. The energy field on this day becomes more charged, and those who are attentive may even experience chills, tingling, or a sense of heaviness in the air. This is real. The cycle ends on August 5th, and this is the subtlest, yet the most decisive. It is a day favorable for internal decisions. A kind of silent reorganization takes place. Even without noticing, many people change their minds, leave things behind, or feel the need to clear their environment and mind. This need does not arise from nowhere. These 3 dates form a triangle of energy, a cycle of 27 days where time seems to float, and spiritual information becomes more accessible. In other words, the veil between the visible and the invisible becomes thinner. And that is why it is so important to be aware of what is happening around you and within you. You do not need to be mystical or religious to feel this. You just need to have an open heart. The simple act of observing how you feel on these days is already a huge step. Strange dreams, sensations in the body, a desire to cry for no reason. All of this can be a form of more subtle communication taking place. The spiritual updates we mentioned are like small synchronizations between you and the timing of the higher. Just as a cell phone needs to update its system, we also receive invisible adjustments. And this happens in silence, without blinking lights. The body reacts, but we do not always understand it at the moment. Only later, with calm, does the realization come. Write down these dates: July 9th, July 22nd, August 5th. It is not about fearing or creating expectations. It is about presence. If possible, on these days, pay more attention to your emotions, the signals from your body, and the small details. You may be surprised by what you feel or perceive. If you want to align better with this cycle, go to bed earlier, drink more water, and avoid digital distractions for a few hours. Calming the mind helps to pick up what is being transmitted. And do not underestimate the power of recording what you feel. A notebook can become a compass. These days will not pass unnoticed, but only those who are attentive will perceive it. It is not about mysticism. It is about sensitivity. And sensitivity is something you already carry. Now that time is being compressed, there is no longer space for distraction. The signs are already visible. The clock no longer keeps the same rhythm, and the earth accelerates towards something we do not yet fully understand. But one thing is certain. The chosen ones have a specific role in this moment of history. The mission is not one of judgment or isolation. It is one of balance. When everything around becomes noise, the chosen need to be silence. When the world becomes desperate, they must convey calm. When everything seems confusing, it is they who bring clarity. This is the true spiritual function of those who have been called to live differently. You are not here just to observe. You are here to sustain. Your presence, even in silence, has an impact that you may not even imagine. Your way of dealing with chaos influences the energy field wherever you are. That is why taking care of your own vibration is one of the greatest ways to help. Spreading awareness does not mean imposing ideas or doctrines. It means being an example. It means having attitudes that inspire without you needing to speak. It is to remind people, through simple actions, that the essence of life still exists, that love, truth, and faith still have value, even when the world tries to hide all of this. And yes, there is an invisible war happening, a struggle between distraction and purpose, between fear and faith, between external noise and internal direction. The chosen ones are those who can stand when everything shakes, not because they are better, but because they have chosen to remain connected to what is eternal. If you feel that everything is accelerating, know that it is not the time to run alongside the world. It is time to stop, listen, and act with awareness. The world does not need more haste. It needs strong-rooted people who are conscious of the mission they carry. And you are one of those people. The earth is unstable, but your mission is to be stable. And that begins from within. Take care of your thoughts. Take care of what you consume, what you say, and what you share. All of this creates a field. All of this emanates strength or confusion. And at this moment, every vibration matters. If you have made it this far, you probably feel that you have a role in all of this. You may not yet know the extent of it, but it exists. It is not about grandeur. It is about presence. A candle lit in a dark room does not need to shout. It simply shines, and that changes everything around it. The earth needs all of you, balanced, attentive, not perfect but available. Your mission now is to stay aligned, to remind others of what really matters, and to walk with courage. Yes, time is running out, but the mission is more alive than ever. It is not a coincidence. If you have been feeling fatigue for no apparent reason, changes in sleep, or discomfort with light and noise, it is because your body is trying to keep up with the new frequency of the planet. The Earth has accelerated, and when this happens, the body responds. The chosen ones, being more sensitive, notice these changes first. Fatigue is the most common symptom. Even if you sleep well, you wake up exhausted. You feel like you are carrying an invisible weight. This fatigue does not come from physical exertion, but from energetic adaptation. It's as if your system is being updated. Your body is receiving information that the mind has not yet been able to process completely. Another recurring sign is waking up repeatedly at the same time during the night. Many people report opening their eyes between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. This happens because this period is energetically active. It's a time when the spiritual field is more accessible, and the body picks up on this movement, even if it doesn't understand why. Loss of appetite is also something that has been occurring frequently. It is not illness, it is not sadness, it is adjustment. The body, as it goes through energetic changes, begins to reject certain foods, or naturally reduces the amount it consumes. The organism prioritizes more subtle internal functions, and this can directly interfere with digestion and appetite. Increased sensitivity is another clear symptom. Sounds that used to be unnoticed now seem too loud. Bright lights generate discomfort. Even superficial conversations cause irritation. What happens here is simple. Your nervous system is more exposed because your vibration has risen. The body feels everything more intensely and reacts according to this new pattern. Other people report mild dizziness, sudden warmth, headaches that come and go, and even palpitations. Doctors find no cause, tests come back normal. But you feel that something is out of the ordinary, and it really is. These symptoms are alerts from the body showing that it is recalibrating for something greater. Do not be alarmed. You are not sick. You are adjusting. The secret in these moments is to take care of the basics. Rest more, drink pure water, avoid excessive information, and respect your own timing. Your body is in tune with something that not everyone perceives. And this requires calm, not haste. If possible, spend more time in natural environments. Contact with trees, earth, water, and sky helps your energy field to reorganize. Nature vibrates at the original frequency of the earth, and on these days of acceleration, it acts as a balance point for the body and spirit. Write down what you feel. Create the habit of observing what happens to you on specific days, such as July 9th, 22, and August 5th. Your body may deliver information to you even before your mind understands what is happening. The signs are in the physical. Just pay attention. You are not breaking. You are being reconfigured. Trust the process. Your body is wise. It is preparing you, even without explaining it to you. Learn to listen to the signs. They are real, and they are the most direct way your inner self has found to warn you. Something greater is underway. The acceleration of time is not just a scientific curiosity. It is part of a larger movement. The earth is cleansing. Everything that is misaligned with the new vibration begins to dissolve. People, situations, thoughts, and structures that are no longer useful are being dismantled. And this process, although invisible, is intense. This separation is not about superiority. It is about responsibility. Those who see more are called to act more firmly. Those who listen clearly have the mission to guide without imposing. Because now, the world needs balance. And balance arises when everyone accepts their part in the process, without fear, without escape. You may notice changes in your relationships, friendships distancing, connections losing meaning. Places that once comforted now feel uncomfortable. All of this is part of the cleansing. When the frequency rises, what is misaligned naturally disintegrates. And this, despite seeming painful, is liberating. The earth is also cleansing on a collective level. Scandals come to light. Masks fall. Lies are exposed. Fragile systems collapse. This is not the end. It is healing. It is what needs to be shown so that something true can be born. Do not be alarmed by the mess. Sometimes, cleansing comes accompanied by temporary chaos. For the chosen ones, this separation demands inner strength. Because even seeing more, you are still in the midst of the world. You will interact with people who do not understand. You will hear criticism, and you will feel the urge to turn back. But remember, you have already crossed the line. Your soul has already recognized the new. And now, the path is forward. Staying at peace amid the cleansing is part of your mission. Your stability influences the environment around you. Your calmness, your faith, and your presence are like spiritual anchors. You do not need to convince anyone. Just be. Just sustain what you already know with humility and consistency. The separation is not to exclude. It is to prepare. Each person will perceive it in their own time. And your role now is to remain firm, available, and conscious. The earth is spinning faster because it is cleansing itself. And you, in this process, are part of the force that sustains this new phase. You don't need to do complex things to keep up with this new vibration. Preparation is not in grand rituals or hidden formulas. It lies in simple actions taken with awareness. When the body, mind, and spirit align, you become stronger. And it is this alignment that will sustain you in the more intense days. One of the most powerful practices is silence. It's that simple. Instead of rushing for answers, sit in silence for a few minutes every day. Breathe. Let your thoughts pass by. In silence, the Spirit speaks. You don't need to understand everything now. You just need to be available to listen to what matters. Connecting with nature is also essential. Touch the earth. Look at the sky. Feel the wind on your face. These elements are not just beautiful. They are channels. When you connect with creation, you draw closer to the Creator. Nature helps to stabilize your internal vibration. especially during moments of energetic transition. Avoid excessive negative information. News, social media, and heavy conversations drain your energy without you even realizing it. Filter what you consume. You don't need to escape the world, but you do need to choose what you will feed your mind. What enters through your eyes and ears shapes your spiritual field. On July 9th, 22nd, and August 5th, take some time to observe how you feel. Write down your dreams. Record emotions, unusual thoughts, and ideas that come out of nowhere. These records are precious. They reveal patterns and help you notice how the invisible is manifesting in your daily life. These simple actions keep you centered. And the more centered you are, the more useful you will be in this new time. You have been called to maintain firmness amid the movement. Your preparation is your strength, and your strength is what sustains your mission. Time is running for the chosen, and this is a sign. Time is tightening because something is being revealed. The earth spins faster, and along with it, everything is being reorganized. If you are feeling this, in your body, in your sleep, in your mind, take it seriously. This is real. Don't keep it to yourself. Comment here on what you have been feeling these days. Are you waking up differently? Do you notice stronger emotions? Sensations in your body without explanation? Let's exchange experiences. What you are going through might be what many others are also living in silence. And if this content helped you understand what is happening, send it to someone who needs this clarity. We continue together, firm, while the world rushes.